Alrighty, let's speed run this. We got 19 minutes left in the day to finish this. I mean, that's enough time, honestly. Let's go share. There's one yellow somewhere. Um, Let me try something with like. Maybe let me just get some other. Let me just figure out what letters we have at least. Let's try to unlock some more. Maybe we could do. Let's go with bunch. Nope, there's already an H. I can do that for the next one, maybe, but until then, let's try. I always overthink this, don't I? Pouty. Let's try pouty. Okay, 3 letters from here, 1 letter from there. We've got 4 letters. Now we can try to take out some letters. If I can take out the U, that would unlock a lot, but I don't know if I want to take that out. Let's just give it a shot, right? Why not? We can take out a U and an H potentially. Bunch, and then we can do that. Okay, so there's a letter over here. This is not gonna. We might have to. Let's see what can be taken out. Maybe I can take out a. Maybe there is the U. Maybe I can go with try ranch, and then if I mean it could also be the R and A that's there, but we could rule those out if it's All right, so that doesn't help. Wow. Huh. But we do know that there's either a. I mean, worst case scenario, there's one over here at the very max, an NCH. So there's either an R or an A. So we know that all these are not it, right? Because there's one over here. So that one actually could be both of these. It could be the BU and RA. We know there's one from here. There could be one from here. There could be the RA as well. I think I can. If I'm doing that, then that means I have everything from all these letters, right? AR. We've got the U mostly. No, but these two cannot be it, right? Because both of these can't be it. So that means there has to be one from NCH, and there also has to be. If that one is over there, that means the BU isn't a thing as well, right? Because the R and A can only have one at the max because of this constraint over here. And then so that means NCH, there has to be one from one of these. So we know that the H isn't it because again the R and A has to be it because there's NCH. There's one over here, so one over here, but then the R and A introducing those two introduced another one. That means that either R or A is in it. All these are red. This is red. That actually helped a lot more than I would have initially thought on second glance. Let's see, how are we doing on time? We got like we finished. We took about 3 minutes, I guess. So there's an A or R. There's 3 from here that we still. I mean, we're able to rule out this. We know it's either P O T Y and A or R. We might be able to get this honestly. It can't be party, but you said there's one from the NCH. It could be the N. So it could be pan. Oh, I was about to say pantry, but that's not quite there. It could be panty, honestly. P. No, but also it has to be in different positions because it's this. So let's go with po, because none of these are in the right position either. We just know that there's one from the N or C. Interestingly enough, um, and then there's one from R or A. So we have A and R. I might be able to get this in 5 if I'm lucky. So there's either A or R. There's either an N or C. So we've got 2 letters from that. And then we know there's 3 in this. And so we'll have all our letters. And then we can like just mix and match and figure it out. Nothing really is standing out to me right now. We could have the OA potentially. To I mean, all of these can also go with double consonants as well. Um, I want to try the OA. I feel like the OA kind of makes sense. Um, so it could be, and then we could have OAT, which means that the P isn't a thing, or OAN, prone. No, patone, tone. It can't be the OA because if it's OA, or it could, I mean, it could be A or A and then ON. So it can be pa. Like what I'm thinking, it could be something like XAXON. Um, we could also have the C instead. And then the P can't be in that, or the T or P. Both of them kind of work in that context, right? So maybe if it's aton, raton, if you end with N, that means the C isn't in part of it. So it's either a tap on, teon, payon. Because I mean, if the O is a part of it, I mean, assuming that the Y is also there, that means that there has to be a P and T. But paton and tap on don't work. If I end with a T, it can't be an N over here, so it has to be napot. That doesn't work. Nopat? No, that doesn't work either. Okay, so given that, I think it can't be an O and A at that point. So it has to be an R. So at that point, we have TR, could be a TR. The R is in a different position, T is not over there. We can't have the P, or those would have been like PR. And then it has to end with the Y, and it has to be a O. So tropy. But we're not going to do that. So trony. What if it's cropy? Cro tropic. No. We have all our letters. All the letters are over here. There's three from here. There's one from here, and there's one from here. So there's either N and C. There's an A or R, and there's three from the POTY. Is there anything that kind of comes out? We can go with CR, craw, crappie, cropped. No, but nope, cropped. Crotty, cropy. Okay, so I don't think it starts with a C if it is that particular thing. Honestly, I don't think. Actually, panty. Oh, but we can't because of the placement of the letters. That's why I ruled it out, right? Tarpy. Well, if you do, well, it can't end with the Y. Well, if it's not ending with the Y, the Y is probably not part of it because I mean, the Y is more likely to be at the end. At that point, we have the POT left, and we are confirming those letters, and then it's either the N or C or AR. So at that point, we can go ta. The O can't be the second letter either, so it has to be either the O has to either be over here in this third spot, or it has to be in the fourth spot. Very rarely is it going to be at the end. Uh, huh. At that point, I would be willing to say that's the A instead of the R. Tanop, Tanop, Takop. Potak. Potak doesn't work either. But also, I don't think Potak is a word. Maybe it could be. Tapok. Nope. What if it's OA at the end? So O or own. Oh, it has to be own at that point. So it'd be own at the end. Um, and we have to have the P and T somehow. That doesn't work either. So the OA can't be together. Um, so we know the O and A, or if they are, they would have to be disjointed. So then the only other way they can be disjointed is A apple, apple, or atto, ano. Nope. Tony. Ah, dang, dude. I'm really trying to get this within five, but taking way too much time. The NC. At some point, I'm hoping to get to a point where this just clicks a little bit faster too. But we have all our letters here. I know we have all our letters. It's so frustratingly close. T- okay, so trap. Trap? Oh. What if it's taro? Wait. No, but we have to use the. And then there's only one from here. Huh, taro doesn't work also. Yeah. Okay, caro. I would love to be make it carrot, but also like for obvious multiple reasons. I mean, there's a double R. It also doesn't fit within five, so it'd be carpet, carped, crept, ept, opt, apt, or opt, are opt. Oh wait, so if you go opt, can opt. If you go apt, then we can have the over there. So up apt, og apt, on apt. Oh, I'm just gonna go with tap on. Let's just see if it's a word. I highly doubt it, but tap on. Yeah, I figured it wouldn't be a word. Um, Nopat, nap, napor, napalm, ni narco, kind of. But the AR can't be together. Okay, we got 6 minutes left. I don't know if I want to risk going down to that time. So what if I just go with ro ronk, rank, rat, rant, ranto, ra. I want to move the RNA together. Ah, dang. Okay, I have to just. I gotta do something. I'm gonna go with crow, crops, maybe potentially crops. Let's go with crops for now. See what we have. Okay, so CROPS. So we've got the thing somewhere. Maybe it's ROP, crop, ROP. What else is there? RP, trop. Troop. Let me just go with troop, and there should be one that's not there. And we can, if there's four, then we know that there's. What if I go with like props? So go with like props. Um. Okay, so the C is in the right spot. Okay, there we go. P is not there. Um. So C, there's no N. This is a thing. This is the right spot. What am I at? 4 minutes left. Okay. I'm really just gonna have to waste some stuff, don't I? Okay, so there's no S either. We know the C is over there. We know there's so we know this is C. There's a P O T somewhere. P probably is OP over here. So it's C X O P. And then so it's it can't be the R though. So it has to be Knop. Knop. No way, that doesn't make sense. There is no N, so there has to be a POT. POT, so Knop. Nope. What if it's CR? So it's CR O, but then it's NY. I don't know. Okay, so there's one in the wrong spot. So we know the C is definitely a thing. What is in the wrong spot? There's a P over here then. No, there's no P over here. The S is not there. C, there's two right over here. So there's two over here. So there's a P, C, this to this, R, O. This P can't be over there. So this to this, there's no P. Interesting. Cyan. What if it's Cybor? Cybor? Okay, at this point, I don't know, man. So the Y potentially is there then. Then we got a Y, so there's a Y. Cypor. Cypar. I'm just gonna do this and then see. Yep, the C is in the right spot. There's no O. There's no O, and there's a Y. So, well, I mean, it just kind of confirmed that, honestly. The C, Y, or is it K? Cry, cry, cry. Oh, crypt. Oh my God! Wow, that's actually a really good word. No vowels. Oh my God! No wonder. I mean, I could have potentially gotten that if I had enough time, but also considering there's no vowels, that was awesome. All right, we're done with that.